Hey guys, Mike Hansen from the Small Arms Pistol Academy. So today what I have is another Glock 17. This is another Gen 5. It's got the flat dark earth, and then it's got our black slide to it. And there's only one round actually inside the magazine. My chamber is currently empty, and what I want to do is, this is a reloaded round, so I want to make sure there's enough pressure that's actually built up in here. So after I shoot this round, my slide should lock to the rear. Now, before we even get into shooting it, something that a lot of times people don't understand is how to actually put the round into the chamber of the gun. And you have two different options. Option one, your slide could be locked to the rear like this. So I could insert my magazine. On the side of the gun, there's a little switch that's called a slide release. I could press down on that, or I could pull back and just release it, and I could also load it that way. So just for today, I'm gonna pull back and release. So I've got one round inside my chamber. So after you shoot one round, you can see how my slide did lock to the rear. So I'm gonna do this like 3 times. I just wanna verify that it is going to lock back every single time and I'm not dealing with a bad pressure. So prime example, you can see my slide did not lock to the rear on that one. So we will put one more in here. Now, one thing, if I was shooting and my magazine was full, it would have just replaced that last round. So what I'm gonna do is rack it back. If there was something still in here, like a fail to eject or fail to feed, you know, maybe the old one would come out or there wouldn't be one in here, but because it was empty, it should have locked to the rear. So we're gonna play around a couple more and just make sure we do have enough pressure. All right, so 2 of 3 have locked it to the rear. Let's go with one more round. So we're at 50-50 right here. Now, when I actually racked that one to the rear, you could see it was also a fail to eject. So that empty casing did not fly out of the gun like it was supposed to. And the reason why, I'm just gonna take all this out, bring this over here and show you. So inside here, that's your chamber. So what happens is you have a cartridge in there. After you shoot, that gas pressure is gonna drive this backwards and it's gonna extract out of this hole that we create. So it's gonna extract the old one and it's gonna feed the next one in there. Well, if you don't have enough pressure built up into the barrel for your slide to come all the way to the rear and actually extract, it also is not gonna pick up that next round. So what I'm gonna do, we have a couple more rounds in my pocket. I think there's 4. All right, I had 6, but I'm gonna load 4 into the magazine and we're gonna see if this is actually gonna jam it or if it's gonna cycle through and actually eject them. So we'll just go with the red target. So I had it worked every single time. I did not have a failure. It wasn't a fail to eject, a fail to feed. It cycled through just like it was supposed to. My last round did lock it to the rear. Now this is also a brand new gun. So one of the reasons it may not have been coming all the way to the rear is simply it's not broken in all the way yet. You've got brand new springs, everything in here. So I'm gonna run 2 more and see if we can get our slide lock. We did get it. Before I start tearing a gun apart and really bad mouthing it or anything, I do like to shoot it approximately 500 times. The reason why is after 500 rounds, in my opinion, you generally have it broken in. So we're gonna shoot one more and see what happens. We did lock it to the rear, so far I'm pretty impressed with it. This version here, you could also take off your slide plate cover and you could mount an optic to it. One of the reasons we don't have anything on here yet is we wanted to revisit all those foundations, your fundamentals of shooting, before we start playing with the gun and tricking it out. I think it's so important for people to have the knowledge of how to actually shoot a stock firearm, not an upgraded trigger, not upgraded parts or anything. Learn how to shoot a gun like this. Once you're comfortable with this, go ahead, invest in the money, put an optic on there, whatever you guys want to do. It's your firearm, so I don't really care. But don't use it as a crutch, and when I give you a different tool, you no longer know how to use it. Hey, thanks for jumping in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.